Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into Philadelphia Eagles Now, and today it's a Reaction Friday. How about that? A massive Thursday night win by Philadelphia, 22-21. It was not looking good there at the end, and then they pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Carson Wentz, phenomenal on that final drive. We're going to break it all down. First, though, I want your one-word reaction to the Eagles win. Be positive, right? We're going to talk a lot about the negatives, and there were a ton of negatives, but be positive, right? Your one-word reaction, what is it down below right now in the comment section? All right, so normally, this is a Monday-type video. We're reacting to a Sunday, win or lose, but now we're, of course, Thursday Night Football. We've got to do it here on a Friday, so I'm going to go through some of the overreactions, because people are excited because Eagles won, but they're also very upset with what they saw. You know, Eagles shouldn't have won, blah, blah, blah. We'll break it all down here on the channel as we always do. Let's start with the first one. Just mentioned it. The Eagles did not deserve to win. I just watched Max Kellerman on First Take this morning here on a Friday morning saying, oh, you know, the Eagles did not deserve to win that game. You know, Carson Wentz got lucky. He was really bad all night. Stop it. Listen, overreaction. Philadelphia played very, very well and well enough to win when it mattered, and that's all that matters in the National Football League. Guess what? There are a lot of games that you should have won, and Philadelphia has those, and we can be like, oh, moral victory, you know, a good loss. Just stop. This is a big win overall. I don't care how they played through the first three quarters, as long as they win in the end. They have a ton of injuries, and once they get healthy, this is a football team that I think they can hopefully go ahead and be a good football team going forward. The injuries are a big problem. Actually, speaking of those injuries, quick update here. Here's your Lane Johnson update. He went down with a knee injury during the game. Jeff McClain has this tweet, quote, Lane Johnson is undergoing an MRI this morning on his knee. Initially diagnosis was that he suffered an MCL sprain. Source said he also has the ankle injury. So this is technically good news. An MRI will probably give us more information by the end of the day, depending on when you watch this video. It could already be updated. But a sprained MCL is a lot better than a torn MCL or, you know, major knee damage. So he'll probably be out, maybe put on short-term IR, out for the next couple of weeks, but this is not a season-ending injury. But I think Johnson kind of not needs this, but this is a good idea because the ankle's been flaring up. You saw him get, you know, banged up again on in the game last night. I think Johnson could use a couple of weeks off, and now he's going to have to with the MCL sprain. Quickly, Desean Jackson as well, before we keep going on an Overreaction Friday here. Desean Jackson had that horrible injury. Ian Rappaport has the update there. Quote, wide receiver Desean Jackson is feared to have suffered a high ankle sprain that caused him to leave the stadium in a boot last night. Source said he'll have an MRI today, but would be out several weeks. At minimum, he'll be out 3 weeks. He's going to go on the short-term IR. A big blow for Desean Jackson, who looked good in a limited capacity last night. I mean, when Jackson's healthy, I think he can still play. He just hasn't been healthy. I mean, he is as fragile as they come. Excuse me, although this is not his fault. The punt return, they put him back there, try to get a spark like he did, you know, years ago in the Vic Giants comeback game. But alas, kind of a cheap shot, really brutal to see him go down. But it could have been a broken ankle or a lot worse than high ankle sprain. So I think the good news is that obviously the Eagles did not lose people for the season last night. They just lost people for a limited amount, which just, you know, 17 players have been injured this year, and so add them overall to the list. The good news is, though, thankfully, Philadelphia sits atop the NFC East at 2-4-1, which is why we go back to the overreaction. This is doesn't matter if they deserved to win or not last night. They won, and they came back down double digits in the fourth quarter. Carson Wentz leads them down the field multiple times, finally gets a touchdown to Boston Scott, an incredible throw. The Eagles will sit alone atop the NFC East if Dallas loses on Sunday because of that tie, the way it all works out. But right now, as they stand, Philadelphia is ahead because the tie counts for basically like half a win. Now, if you would have bet on the Eagles' money line, you would have won some cash last night. And if you didn't, don't worry. You can still bet on future Eagle games or any game this Sunday. You can start with our friends here at BetUS. Chatsports.com/EaglesBet is the place to go. Use the promo code EAGLES125. You get a 125% deposit bonus. So if you're like on the fence about betting on the NFL or even the World Series or, you know, whatever else is going on in the world of sports, bet with our friends at BetUS. Make it super easy, and they give you extra cash if you use our promo code EAGLES125. Put $100 down, turns into $225 for your betting pleasure. So go ahead and jump on that deal because deals won't last forever. Okay, more overreactions here. Carson Wentz was terrible early. Okay, do you blame him? This is week in and week out we hear this. Carson Wentz was really bad. Carson Wentz. Okay, here's where Carson Wentz was bad. He holds onto the football way too long. Said this his entire career. He tries to be a Superman, superhero every single play of the game. Gets him in trouble a lot. I mean, he took a lot of sacks last night, or at least he took 3 sacks last night, but a lot of those plays were easily mitigated with him just throwing the football away. The worst play of the night for Carson Wentz was the interception in the end zone when they had points on the board, field goal, maybe a touchdown, and he rolls around and throws just a Hail Mary into the end zone, and then, of course, Hightower had to push the guy out of bounds and wasn't able to. So, yes, did Wentz play great last night? No. He still struggled. But with that being said, how many quarterbacks can put that terrible play behind them, go into the fourth quarter, and lead a game-winning drive? Not that many. I mean, Carson Wentz was clutch when he needed to be, and Carson Wentz has continued to show that week in and week out. I will take this to the grave. If Carson Wentz had a healthy offensive line, or even a slightly healthy offensive line, because last night it was obliterated with injuries, and he gets no protection. If he had a decent running game, and even some decent wide receivers who weren't all injured or just young guys, this would be a completely different year and a completely different narrative surrounding Carson Wentz. Look, I mean, yesterday, Richard Rodgers was his only top receiver. Fulgham had a decent night, but not a big Fulgham night. I mean, Hightower gets 59 yards, but just on the one catch. So one catch was great, and it got them in position to win the game. But still, he has very little help out there, and people are going to say, oh, well, this player doesn't. Stop. Okay, Carson Wentz is a great quarterback. Great quarterbacks still need help around them. He's playing with nobodies, and I guarantee if they could just get a little bit healthy, he's going to silence a lot of haters and show a lot of doubters that he, of course, is still a great quarterback. Give this video a thumbs up, though, for that comeback win by Philadelphia. I mean, the Eagles could have easily rolled over. Carson Wentz could have rolled over, and if they would have, the season might be dead. The fact they won, and now with Dallas looming in 10 days, this is a team that could very easily start to move ahead and run away with this division, despite the fact that they have a losing record and the division is overall terrible. Okay, one big overreaction that I agree with today is Doug Pederson has got to call better plays, 100%. Doug Pederson has struggled the past couple of weeks in calling plays in critical situations. His two-point conversion play calls went from being like the greatest ever in 2017. I mean, he was spectacular. The Super Bowl, Philly special, not just that, but even go back to 2018. The big goal line play in the wild card game against the Bears was a great rollout sprint right option to Golden Tate. He's gotten bad this year. And for whatever reason, on 3rd down and 1, 4th down and 1, and in goal-to-go situations, the play calling just breaks down. Why are we running Carson Wentz so much? What is this quarterback power? Why are you running so much with Carson Wentz? Now, did it work on the touchdown run in the beginning? Yes. But did it work earlier or later in the game? No. If you really want to run quarterback power, then just put Carson Wentz on the sideline for a play and bring in Jalen Hurts, because they bring Hurts in, but they motion Wentz out, and they still keep Wentz as a wide receiver, and it basically makes it 11-on-10 because everyone knows Carson Wentz is not going to touch the football right there. So Pederson's got to do better at calling plays. It feels like he has spurts where he's really, really good, and then he has spurts where he just is abysmal, and he was really bad in the red zone, 3 for 8 and 0 for 2 on two-point conversions. So yeah, Doug Pederson needs some blame. Now, still a great coach, best coach in the division, has a Super Bowl. I have all the respect and trust in Doug Pederson, but he's got to get better at these play callings in critical situations. The past 2 weeks, they probably could have won the game if they had a little bit better performance inside not only the red zone, but on short yardage conversions as well. Give me your grade for Doug Pederson's night here really quickly, though. What did you guys think? A, B, C, D, F. They won, so I'm going to give him a B. But overall, just play calling for the year has got to get better. I just don't know what it is. He has like the yips on some of these short yardage calls. He's like overthinking it. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Final overreaction here is the Eagles will win the NFC East. It's starting to feel like it. It's starting to feel like the Eagles are going to win the NFC East. I'm not going to jinx it. It's still early, but this is a team that, if they can keep getting healthy in this bad division, can start to run away with it. Quickly, though, subscribe for those injury updates, because we are going to have, more injury updates as the days and weeks go on. Plus, the trade deadline is coming up. Doing a video tomorrow on potential targets, so make sure you guys are subbed for that, because it's a lot of there's a lot of rumors going around regarding, will they trade one of their players? Will they go get somebody? And we'll have it all covered here on Philadelphia Eagles. Now, here are the standings. Again, Dallas plays Washington on Sunday. It could be an easy win. You can see Dallas back on top at the end of the weekend. But really, the Philly-Dallas game next week will go a long way in determining if the Eagles can go ahead and run away with the division, because it's Dallas and then the bye week and then the Giants. And so they have a real chance to hopefully win against the Cowboys, get healthy, then beat a bad Giants team again, and you can see themselves starting to climb back to 4-4-1. And after that, if they're healthy, it's anybody's game, because again, the schedule breaks down to be 3 of their next 4 weeks, including the bye, are against decent football teams, but not the best football teams in terms of the Browns. Your real test begins with the Seahawks. Quickly, I would just bet on these games, by the way. I would bet hard for the Eagles on Sunday night, hard against the Giants on the 15th. I'd bet against the Browns as well there on the 22nd. And then maybe, you take the Seahawks on the 30th, just because the Seahawks are a very good team. All of that can be done at chessports.com/Eagles bet.